Today we'll be calculating the volume. Volume is the measure of the amount of space a 3D figure occupies. Volume is measured in cubic units. So it's important that we remember the difference between little b and big B. The little b is the length of the base. So it would just be the length, the side length. But the big B is the area of the base. So here we have our figure. The first thing we want to do is identify it. It's a rectangular prism. We want to look at our formula sheet and find the formula for it. So the formula is for the volume of a rectangular prism is length times width times height. So let's identify. We'll make 20 the length, 4 the width, and 4 the height. So we have 20 for the length, 4 for the width, 4 for the height. So we'll just substitute that in, and we get 80 times 4, which is 320. We have cubic feet. That's what the volume equals. Our next figure is a pyramid, and since the base of that pyramid is square, we call that a square pyramid. But for pyramid, we have one generic formula, because we take the volume is 1/3 big B, which is the area of the base, times the height. So we need to calculate the area of the base. Well, that's easy. It's a square, so it's just 6 times 6, so it's 36. And then the height of this pyramid is 9. So let's substitute the numbers in the formula. We've got 1/3 times 36 times 9. 1/3 of 36 is 12 times 9 is 108. And we're talking about cubic feet. Our next figure is a triangular prism. So the base is a triangle. So our volume formula is the volume is equal to the big B, the area of the base, times the height. So we need to calculate that. So remember, for a triangle, the area of a base for a triangle is 1/2 little b times h. So 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 times 12 times 16. So 1/2 of 12 is 6 times 16. So 6 times 16 is 96. So the area of the base, or the area of this triangle, is 96. So 96, and then the height. Well, here's the height if we turn it on its side, so that would be 10. So it would be 960 cubic centimeters. Our next figure is a triangular pyramid. Again, we use the same formula for all the pyramids. We call this a triangular pyramid because the base is a triangle. The formula for the volume is the volume is equal to 1/3 big B times height. So the big B, again, is the triangle, is the area of the base is a triangle. So it's 1/2 the base times the height. So 1/2 of 24 is 12. So we have 1/3 times 12 times a height of 10. So 1/3 of 12 is 4 times 10 is 40. So 40 cubic inches. And we have a cone here. So the cone, the volume is 1/3 pi r squared times the height. So we know pi r squared is the base, is the circle, the area of a circle. So it's really 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So we'll put in what we know, 3.14. We have a radius of 3 and a height of 4. Our formula is 1/3 pi r squared times the height. So 1/3 pi, the radius squared is 9, times the height of 4. So 1/3 of 9 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 pi is our answer. Let's put that in an approximate answer here. So we're going to say 12 pi, or 12 times pi, is 37.7 cubic feet. We have a cylinder. The volume for a cylinder is the area of the base, pi r squared times the height. Pi r squared times the height. Well, pi is 3.14. The radius is 3, and the height is 10. So let's substitute that in. Pi, radius squared is 9, and a height of 10. So 90 pi. So 90 times pi. 282.74. 282.74 cubic feet. We have another cylinder. Again, the volume is equal to pi r squared, which is the area of the base, times the height. So 3.14, radius of 5, and a height of 12. So pi times 25 times the height. 25 times 12 is 300. 300 pi. 300 times pi is 942.48 cubic inches. And we have a cone. The cone is 1/3 pi r squared times the height. So we have pi, the radius is 5, the height is not 13. So let's look at this. We have 13 here, which is the lateral height. We want the perpendicular height here. So we need to find that height. And we have a base of 5. And looky here, he's our old friend, the right triangle. So we can use the Pythagorean theorem. Well, we know the hypotenuse, so we want to know the leg, which is smaller. So we know if we take 13 squared minus 5 squared, and we can get a number, and then take the square root. So 13 squared minus 5 squared, and we take the square root. And that equals 144. We take the square root, which is 12. So our height is 12. And while we're here, we have a 5, 12, 13. It's all whole numbers, so we call that one a Pythagorean triple. So if you learn your Pythagorean triples, in a case like this, that could save you some time. All right, so back to the action here. 1/3 pi r squared is 25 times the height of 12. 1/3 of 12 is 4. 4 times 25 is 100. So 100 pi. And we could just move the decimal, but we'll put it in. 100 times pi. 31416. 314.16 cubic feet.